Welcome, family. Today is December 14th, 2024. And I know it is a hectic time of year for everyone preparing for Christmas. But like a wedding, that too will all come together. It always does. I hope you all had a fantastic week. And the topic is so appropriate. Living in the present moment. When we become present, we gain awareness of this energy and tap into our natural joy easily. But we tend to let it slip away as our minds wander to the past or race ahead to the future. In doing so, we miss the beauty and the blessings that are right before us. To live fully in the presence is to experience life as God intended, with gratitude, peace, and awareness of His presence. The present moment is a gift. In Psalm 118:24, it says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." Notice that it doesn't say tomorrow or yesterday. It says this day. I know on Monday mornings when I go to work, and I'll have to include myself in this conversation, all of us there would be saying, "I can't wait till Friday." I don't say that anymore because Fridays show up in a blink of an eye. And I sit and I enjoy and I embrace the Monday mornings that are. Each moment of life is a gift from God, an opportunity to encounter His love and grace. How often do we allow worrying about the future or have regret from the past steal this gift? I know for myself, quite often. This is where we have to say, enough is enough. Jesus reminds us in Matthew 6:34, "Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." When we focus on the present, we find peace. We are trusting God with what has been and what is yet to come. So many times we allow anxiety or regret to cloud the blessings of this moment. Being present is never easy. We easily get carried away in the things going on around us, and we get caught up in it. I know I do. When a certain uncomfortable circumstance arises in our lives, we focus on that, and we allow that mindset to continuously come up, keeping that negative momentum going, the looping. We possess the power of being present. God meets us in the now. The present moment is where we meet God. When Moses asked God for His name, God replied, "I am," in Exodus 3:14. He didn't say I was or I will be. He said, "I am. I am that I am that I am." This reminds us that God is always present in the here and now. When we are fully present, we open ourselves to hear His voice, feel His guidance, and experience His peace. Does it matter whether we are in joy or pain, in stillness or chaos? God is always with us. All we need to do is pause and invite Him into the moment. This is a choice we make on a daily basis. It is up to us how we choose to think and feel. So I'm going to share this experience with you. It was a few years ago. I was at the grocery store and I was checking out, and a man, two people, there was a woman in front of me and then there was a gentleman checking out. So I was behind them. And he looked like he had pajama pants on and kind of disheveled looking. And all he was buying was cat food cans. And I just kind of watched, and my heart sank a little bit. I was like, I hope that's for his cat. And then the woman in front of me left, and then I left, and I was going out of this grocery store, and across the street was that gentleman who I was watching pay for the cat food cans. And the Lord said to me, I want you to give him a $20 bill. I only had $1.20 left in my wallet. I didn't even hesitate. I stayed present in the moment because I knew it was a call. It was a call to help the man out. I dug in my purse. I pulled out that $20 bill, and I went across the street, and I said, hello. He goes, hello. He goes, I'm just waiting for my wife to pick me up. And I said, I have something for you. And I gave him the $20 bill, and he clenched it in his hands, and he said, bless you. What a beautiful moment. And I said, you thank God for this. This is from the Lord. And I went to push my cart aside, and I went towards my car. And it wasn't only a few seconds later, and I didn't see any cars coming or going. I turned around and the man was gone. You never know in the very present moment when God is going to test you. And it was a call for that moment. Throughout our day, take a moment to pause, breathe, and say, God, I know you are here with me now. Before Jesus left this earth, he said to his disciples in Matthew 28:20, and behold, I am always with you to the end of the age. God never abandons us. He keeps us first and foremost. When sorrow falls upon you, know that he is always there. This old hymn kept popping up in my mind. The old hymn called In the Garden. And those of you listening that know this know exactly what it is. In the song, it says, when he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. It is just extremely comforting. Letting go of the past and future is what we need to do. This is a biggie for me. If the Lord gives me a message, I go and run with it, every which way but loose. My mind goes in every direction. It's called complete chaos. And that's what I do. I go here, there, everywhere, like a ping pong ball. Living in the present moment often requires us to release the grip of the past and the anxiety of the future. Paul teaches us this in Philippians 3:13 through 14. Forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead, pressing towards the goal. That's exactly right. This doesn't mean we don't ignore the lessons of the past or stop planning for the future. It means we don't dwell in these places. Regret over what we cannot change and worry over what we can change cannot control our distractions that keep us from experiencing God's presence. And so with that, experiencing God's presence and not being in control and trying to surrender. So my daughter is a junior right now in college, and she is studying radiation sciences. Very difficult, not an easy degree by any means. And when she goes to school in September, and this just happened this past September, she's already worried about her final exams in December. And I told her that you have to stop. Look at what you're doing now. And I asked her, I said, are you studying? She said, yes. I said, are you doing your work? She said, yes. She's always in the library anyway. And I said, then don't worry about December. You worry about right now, in the present moment, and you're doing the right things to make it happen. And here we are in December, and she's done with the semester, and she did extremely well. So worrying about the future isn't going to help in the present as long as you stay in the now and do as you have to. And I also told her the degree that she's in, because she will be working in oncology. She will need to be in the present when patients come through that door who are very scared with a terminal illness. A compassionate, kind, warm heart will go a long way by being in the present and the now for them as they need. So, the practice of mindful presence. To live in the present moment is to be mindful, aware of God's blessings and guidance in the here and now. Jesus modeled this beautifully. He was fully present with his people. He encountered whether he was teaching, healing, or breaking bread. Another thing to focus in on too with the present moment is gratitude. How many times do we not do that? And definitely I have made it a point to stop and be grateful for so much that we do have. Taking time to notice and thank the Lord for the small blessings. Even my cup of coffee in the morning or my shower at night that I can even take. Getting up each morning. The Lord's ever-ending presence is in our lives. And we need to be kind with a smile and gestures and the gratitude towards everyone around us. Listening. Oh, this is a big one for me. And sometimes I'm not always the best at it. Not that I do it on purpose, but my mind, being present, is focusing, ping-ponging all over the place. So I really need to, and I have been working on being in the present, fully present when others speak. Giving them your individual attention goes a long way. Not focusing on everything else going on around us. And stillness is another one. Setting aside time to pause, breathe, and reflect on God's presence. The blessings of living in the now. When we live in the present moment, we discover peace, clarity, and joy. We realize life is not a series of tasks to complete, but a journey to be savored. The simple act of being fully present can transform mundane tasks into sacred experiences. In Matthew 6:25, Jesus says, "Do not worry about your life. Look at the birds in the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?" We most certainly are. When we trust in God's provision and focus on today, we find rest for our souls. Living in the now doesn't mean life will be without challenges, but it also means we can face those challenges with strength, moment by moment. Remember, you're in the right place at the right time. Life is made up of a series of present moments, and each one is the opportunity to walk with God. May God's peace fill your hearts, His presence guide your steps, and His love overflow in all you do. I hope this message helps you to take a moment to be in the present and be thankful for being here, because we're all here for a purpose and a reason, and being present and being glad in it. And may you be blessed for the remainder of the week. And until next week, bye for now.